Hey, welcome back to the channel, Tea Times for Two, Golf Travel for Couples. I'm Scott.
And I'm Cheryl.
And today we're in Myrtle Beach, more specifically in Little River, South Carolina, home of some really good seafood. And we're at the Glen Dornoch Waterway Golf Links. And we're going to rate and review the golf course and tell you why it's a must play on any trip to Myrtle Beach. So stay tuned. Welcome back. For those of you new to our channel, we rate each golf course or resort in the Myrtle Beach area anyway, based on 4 categories. The first category being the layout or the playability of the golf course for all levels of players. The second category is the beauty of the golf course. The third category is the course conditions on the day that we played it. And the fourth category is the value of the bang for your buck. All right, so let's get started. Category 1, for layout, we're going to give Glen Dornoch 4.5 stars. And for playability,
3.5 stars.
3.5 stars. Glen Dornoch is an 18-hole complex just before crossing the North Carolina border, right off Highway 17 and right on the Intercoastal Waterway. And it was designed by local architect Clyde Johnson.
Golf Magazine ranked it one of the top 20 courses in South Carolina.
Yep.
Golf Digest featured it as one of the places to play.
Yeah, so that's pretty good accolades for it. It has 5 sets of tees ranging from 5,000 yards to just a little under 7,100 yards from the tips. This course rewards accuracy over distance, and if you spray the ball off the tee, it's going to be a big challenge and a long day for you, and you're going to need to stop by the pro shop and get some more golf balls. It's very tight. It has really small greens. The course itself bills itself as its finishing holes as one of the toughest finishing stretches on the Grand Strand. So it is really, really beautiful finish to the golf course.
Yeah, and there's several holes that run right along the Intercoastal Waterway.
Yeah, you're going to take a lot of pictures, definitely at Glen Dornoch. You know, a lot like its former sister course, Heather Glen, which was basically across Highway 17. It was one of my favorites of all time. It was gorgeous as well. So you're going to take lots of pictures on this one. All right, category 2 for aesthetics. We're going to give Glen Dornoch
5 stars.
5 stars. We must have really liked that one. Yeah, it's extremely beautiful property and layout, making for a really fun day on the golf course. And you're definitely, like I said before, going to take lots and lots of pictures.
Yeah, the course winds through pine forest and Spanish oaks and the Intercoastal Waterway, so it's absolutely gorgeous.
Some of our favorite holes in Glen Dornoch, starting with the first hole. It's a really, really short par 4 that's really tied off the tee, and I'm going to say that a lot today. It's got a hazard running down the left side, and then it's got trees that overhang the fairway on both sides. So really all you're going to do is hit a hybrid or an iron off the tee, and then you're going to have a short iron to a wedge into this really small green. This is going to sound like a recording probably, but it should really be a gentle start to your round.
Hole number 3 is another short par 4. It's drivable, but you have to hit a draw into the green to avoid a big bunker, which is about 30 to 40 yards short of the green on the left-hand side. Yeah,
you can see on the screen behind us here, really there's no benefit in trying to drive the green if you just hit something out and play like you did in number 1, and then you start off with 2 holes that you're just hitting wedge into the green. It would be smart. All right, moving on, hole number 6. It's a 394-yard par 4 dogleg right, depending on which tee you play. And it's got a marshy area that crosses the fairway about 60 or 70 yards short of the green. So longer hitters, you'll need to lay up. And if you play the forward tees, you're going to have to lay up in front of that, or you're going to go into the penalty area. And then for your second shot, the green slopes steeply off to the left side, so you don't want to miss it left when the pin's left. Just hit it out to the middle of the green and 2-putt and go to the next hole.
Number 7, it's a longer par 3, and it's in a shoot of tall Carolina pines on all sides.
Yeah, it's really tight.
The green is protected by 2 bunkers and the pine trees on the right side.
Yeah, it's a pretty hole, but really, really tight. And you don't feel the wind because those pine trees, the wind just swirls off of them, so you don't really get a good feel for the wind on a lot of these holes. Number 8 is a awesome par 5, and it should be played as a 3-shot hole. I mean, you could reach it in 2, but you're looking at bringing 7 or 8 into play if you do that. The marsh is down the entire length of the hole on the right, and it's got tall pine trees all down the left. And a series of 5 bunkers flank the fairway on both sides, starting at about 50 yards short of the green. That you've got to carry it if you are trying to go for it too. And if you don't carry them, now you've got a long bunker shot into the green, and you've got the intercoastal waterway lurking over the back of the green, and you don't want to hit a thin bunker shot. Again, smart play. Just hit something and play off the tee, hit something and play in your second shot, and have a short iron into the green. And then you make it an easy par 5 then. All right, closing out the front 9. Hole number 9 is a gorgeous, long par 4 with the intercoastal waterway running down the entire length of the hole on the right. The hole has 16 bunkers on it to capture your errant shots as well. Your second shot is into a long, skinny, really skinny green that's shared, double green that's shared with hole number 18 with the water lurking on the right. And then you got 6 of those bunkers surrounding the green. If you make 4 here, you want to run into that clubhouse, get yourself a cold beverage, and tell everybody that you just made 4 on that bad boy.
Holes 10 through 12 are terrific as well. Probably will be some of your favorite holes on this course. Yeah. I mean, if we wanted to include all of the terrific holes on this course, our video would probably be over an hour long.
Oh, yeah. It's 1 through 18 are terrific golf holes. This is a wonderful layout. So moving on, hole 15 is a really short par 4. And if you've watched our videos before, you know I love the short par 4s. This one's unique, though, because it has this giant oak tree that you can see behind me. And I mean giant, right in the middle of the fairway. And it's surrounded by a bunker that's about 50 or 60 yards short of the green. So really, you got to lay up off the tee, and you've got to lay up in a spot where your second shot's not blocked out by that big tree, or you're going to learn about 12 new words to your vocabulary after hitting a perfect tee shot. So literally get a good yardage with your yardage finder to that tree. Leave yourself room to play around it for your second shot, or you're going to have to hit some manufactured shot under it or around it, because it is right in the middle of the fairway. Then moving on, the next hole, 16, is a beast, and they like to brag about it in the clubhouse. This finishing stretch, 16, 17, and 18. 16 is a beast of a par 4, playing over 400 yards, and it doesn't matter which tee you're playing unless you're playing from the very front ones up there, and it is really tight. The marsh lurks on the right side of the hole with Carolina pines all down the left side of the hole. Then the marsh crosses the fairway around 70 yards short of the green, and the second shot is played into this really narrow, long green, which is almost completely circled by another large bunker that is quite deep. So it is a booger bear. Hole 17 on their finishing stretch, one of the prettiest, if not the prettiest, par 3s on the Grand Strand. In fact, they tout it as that. Tell us what your favorite par 3 in Myrtle Beach is in the comments below. We'd love to hear. The hole plays a little over 180 yards with marsh on 3 sides of the green, and the right side is protected by 5 small pot bunkers, mounds, and 1 huge railroad tied line bunker that you've got to avoid. You get down in that sucker and you're looking at a huge number. Now you've got to hit back toward the marsh out of that bunker up against railroad ties. So it is a beast. The green is narrow and long, and you really can't miss this green anywhere. I mean, you've got to step up and hit a golf shot. Hole 18, the finishing hole, another beast of a par 4 to finish your round. The fairway splits in 2 parts, as you can see on the screen. The smart play is to hit to the fairway on the right, but if you do, you have to hit it far enough to get past a tree that's on the corner on the left, or you're going to be blocked out for your second shot, and then you've got to hit a big hook into the green. If you do hit it too far on the right side of the fairway, you can go into the marsh long. So you've got to be really precise. You can't be too short. You can't be too long with it. So you better get a good number on the tee. If you go left, the easier route over there, well, easier, less peril there, I guess. But it's a really narrow fairway, and you got the intercoastal waterway on the left, and you got a marshy area on the right. And you can hit it through this fairway as well. So pick your poison. Then your second shot is to a really skinny long double green that's shared with number 9 again, and it's protected by bunkers, and then the waterway on the left. Again, like number 9, you make par or birdie on this hole, you run right into the bar and celebrate, and I'll have one with you.
Category number 3, course conditions. We're going to give Glen Dornoch 4.5 stars.
4.5 stars, yeah.
Course was in terrific shape when we played it last time. Only a few spots in shady areas that maybe looked a little stressed, but I think it was pretty well taken care of.
Yeah, it's always been in really good shape whenever we played it. But again, as you've watched our videos, we always go to Myrtle Beach in the summertime, so we've always checked to see when all the golf courses are having their maintenance. So we usually get pretty good conditions whenever we're there, and this one's been no exception. Glen Dornoch has always been in great shape when we played it. But if you go on a different time of year, you might encounter different course conditions than what we did. So we get a lot of comments on, well, this course was in this shape when we played it, and you said it was this. So it's going to be different when we play it. We usually play in June. We're usually there in June. So that's the course conditions we encountered. Category 4, value. We're going to give it 4 stars compared to other Myrtle Beach golf courses, and we're going to give it 5 stars when you compare it to the resorts that we go to all around the world. So Cheryl, what were the green fees like in winter and summer, midweeks?
So winter midweek is going to run you around $76. Summer midweek, $96. Now, if you're going to do spring or fall, it's going to be a little bit more, around $127.
Yeah, those of you who are Myrtle Beach regulars, you know, if you've been at different times of year, the summer is always usually cheaper. The spring and the fall are usually about 20% more on green fees. And these are the green fees right off their website. If you go to one of the package deals, there are many of them, you can get better prices even than that. So in fact, we've gotten them for a lot less than that day of. We've called out and gotten them a lot less than that. So I give it 4 stars, even though it's more expensive than a lot of the Myrtle Beach courses. Some of y'all are going to comment on that, but it's an awesome layout with really 18 memorable holes on it. It's always been in top shape when we played it. So when you take into consideration what you're getting for what you're paying, never had a problem paying the green fees at Glen Dornoch because it's always been in great shape when we played it. And I always enjoyed the round because the holes are so stinking pretty and the layout is terrific. It makes you hit every club in your bag. So definitely a great golf course. So for recap, an overall score for Glen Dornoch, I'm going to give it 4.5 stars.
Yeah, I'm going to give it 4.5 stars as well.
Yeah, I can't rave enough about Glen Dornoch. It has 18 holes that would stand out on most courses as the best hole on that particular course. It's hard to pick out which ones are the best. It's extremely pleasing to the eye, and it's been in terrific shape every time we played it, and it is definitely a challenge to every level of player. I just wish its former sister course, Heather Glen, was still open and not just houses now. That was an awesome golf course. It was my favorite for a long time there. But Glen Dornoch is right up there now with some of my favorites.
Yeah, and the other former sister course, Old Possum Trot, after it was redone, was a fun course as well. But that is now the new Del Webb community in Myrtle Beach.
Yeah, we looked at houses there. Yeah, so there you go. Its current sister course, Shaftesbury Glen, is definitely worth the drive out to play as well. Now, it's a little off the beaten path out there on Highway 22. Kind of in between Conway and Longs, maybe, but is definitely top notch as well. So it's worth your trip out there. A little further drive, but it's a really good golf course as well. So let us know what you thought of Glen Dornoch in the comments below and share your experiences with us and our viewers, and maybe its sister courses as well. What'd you think of Possum Trot back in the day, or Heather Glen, or even Shaftesbury Glen now? Let us know in the comments below.
As always, remember, if you like this video, please hit like and subscribe below this so that we can keep providing this content to other couples who love to travel and play golf.
Absolutely. And be sure to check back next week for our newest installment on our Myrtle Beach series as we head up the road, Highway 9 to Long, South Carolina, to the Jack Nicklaus Signature Course, Long Bay Golf Club. And we're going to rate and review that golf course. And check out our other videos in the Myrtle Beach series and our other series from around the world, places like Bandon Dunes.
Yeah, Las Vegas.
Las Vegas. Yeah, we just got back. I got to add that, put some new videos up there. Louisville, we just got back from and played 3 rounds. You talk about great public golf courses in Louisville. Oh, A+. So we'll look forward to that series sometime in the future. Scottsdale, Phoenix, islands in the Caribbean, and from other places all around the golfing world. So hopefully someday we're going to see you on the first tee.
Hit them straight.